If Tomorrow Never Comes. Welcome back, it's 206 on our radio station, and my guests have come from the Higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FTC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adnen.
Thank you for accepting the invitation. Our rule is very simple, ladies first on RTCI. So, Dr. Rim Lahmandi, thank you for accepting the invitation. I will let you introduce yourself.
Thank you for inviting us. I am Rim Lahmandi. I am the director of Higher School of Statistics, and I am professor in economics.
Dr. Dhafar.
Thank you.
Not Dhafar Al-Abidin.
Thank you, Adnen. Thank you. So I'm Dhafar Malouch. I'm an associate professor in statistics at the Higher School of Statistics. So and I have a PhD in statistics. So.
Good. Wajdi.
Hello, Adnen. Thank you for having us here with you in RTCE. My name is Wajdi bin Saad. I'm 22 years old. I am a statistical engineering student and data analyst. And I'm here today to join the team of SAE Tunisia to talk about a little bit about statistics and data analysis.
Nidal Haddad.
My name is Haddad Nidal. I'm 21. I'm a statistical engineer at SAE. I'm passionate about various things, including computing, open source software, and a lot of other things.
I like open source and all this stuff, but I just like to watch. I don't like to practice. It's a real pleasure having you here. How do you generally present the Higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis, Dr. Yes.
Thank you.
Because I have two doctors in the studio.
The school has been created in 2002. It is a 3-year training. It is the unique engineering school specialized in statistics. Students get into SAE after 2 years of preparatory classes. After their degree, they work generally in different sectors: banking, insurance, telecommunications, marketing, research and economics or statistics, etc.
So, when was the school created, and was it the value or where is the value or the importance of having a Higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis in Tunisia? Some listeners do not know that we have a statistics school in Tunisia. So, Dr. Malouch.
So, because statistics, it's a field that it can be founded in many sectors in our life. I mean, it can be used for medicines, for doing epidemiology, in studying customers, in marketing, in banking. So I think it's very important to have an engineering school of statistics in Tunisia. So like everywhere we have engineering schools in statistics. So I think we have this school now from 10 years and we have a lot of engineers now, not a lot, but we still need more engineers in statistics. So they work in many fields. So for example, now we can talk about data mining, which is a way to analyze big data sets that come in from many problems, like mobile phones, for example, checking how the customers will use their phones or
this is the Chinese language program on FTC.
Really? Okay. So
speaking about technology. So, have you reached your goal? Do you think in 10 years have you reached a good level, at least not in the MENA region, but at least in the Maghreb region?
It's hard to answer to that question because we have now engineering statistics. So I think also the country need more engineering in statistics and good engineers also that are good in analyzing data. And I think we are working in also statistics is very important field. I mean, it is important to have statistics and maybe talk about something statistics and also freedom in a country. This is what's very important.
Statistics and politics, maybe.
Yes.
Do you think they are?
I mean, it doesn't mean that we use statistics only for politics purpose. No, because if we want to present good statistics to all the peoples, we need to be very, freedom. We need to have democracy.
Objective,
exact. And this
independent,
is
neutral.
Exactly. And this is maybe, this is what our engineering school becomes maybe important in this period. And I hope.
In fact, if you want to anticipate correctly the future, you need reliable statistics.
Sure.
And to have reliable statistics, you need reliable statisticians.
Independent statistics.
Reliable in every sense,
yes.
in every meaning.
So, what does a student learn when he or she lands at the higher school of statistics and information analysis in Tunisia? How do you train your students to become good analysts?
So at the beginning they have a lot of mathematical programs because statistics has a big background in mathematics, so they need to be very good in mathematics. Secondly, they also have to be good in computing because doing statistics without computing, it's nothing. I mean, you cannot do it. And statistics now is developed because we have very, very good computers, we have very good softwares, and so at the first 2 years they should be good in mathematics and in computing, and also they should be good in trade. I mean, they should be go through training. They should be go in companies, and they have to practice the statistics because also do statistics in the classroom.
Yeah, theory is not enough.
At all.
Dr. Lahmandi, do you have the same vision?
Yes, the training in fact encompasses 3 axes: computing sciences, mathematics and statistics, and economics. So economics is the third axis.
Yes.
On which we
the teachers are on my right and the students are on my left. We will have short break with music, and you will answer the same question: what have you learned at the higher school of statistics and information analysis, and what about your training?
Okay.
I'm expecting your feedback.
Okay,
you can criticize. Okay.
Of course.
Let's listen to David Charvet. Should I leave? Should I stay? This will remind you of the 90s. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Stay tuned. Should I leave? Should I stay? By David Charvet. Welcome back. It's 2:17 on our radio station, and my guests have come from the higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis in Tunisia. I've asked the following questions to the teachers. Now I'm going to ask the same question to the students. What does a student learn when he or she lands at the higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis in Tunisia? How do you evaluate the training at the school as students?
Okay, I'm going to talk about SIE. SIE is a unique school, I guess, in Africa because it gives a special training.
The director is watching.
Yes.
He's observing.
No, it's
He's
not true because
Yes.
I
Be
know
careful.
that there's one in Morocco.
There is one in Morocco, but the people that are teaching in our school come from very different and very specialized fields. In SIE we learn a lot of mathematics, a lot of computing, and a lot of economics. So
we do the same on RTC.
Yes, exactly. A statistical engineer in Tunisia is actually not just specialized in statistics. He's a math expert, he's an economic expert, and he's a computing expert. So,
and a media expert as well.
Yes, because our practical trainings are actually held in banks, in insurance companies, in marketing sector, and we have the chance to integrate pretty much in every sector possible, in medicine, in politics, in media.
You are everywhere.
Yes, and that's the fact that in the late 3 years, statistical engineers are integrating a lot of new fields, are discovering and creating new jobs, are creating new needs for companies in marketing, in political polls, and we are really, here in Tunisia, we are solving a lot of problems in very different sectors.
Nidal Haddad, I want to ask you the same question. What have you learned at the school, and how do you evaluate the training at your school?
Our academic courses contain multiple interesting subjects such as computing, statistics, economics, that allow us to choose whatever field we want to continue in. For example, last year we've made a data analysis project with Mr. Dhafar Merloush concerning the famous operating system Ubuntu.
I know this name. Yes.
So I'm.
How do you evaluate the experience?
It was great because it was a chance.
Public relation officer of the school.
It was great because it was the first. Because to be honest, the first 2 months in SIE was pretty much weren't like I'm getting in a place that I know. I were just discovering the teachers, discovering the place, discovering what we are learning. So Nidal, maybe we worked together with Professor Dhafar on a data analysis project that actually opened our eyes on the immensity of statistics and data analysis.
You're talking about the advantages and the positive side. What about the negative side? What about the problems? And I want to ask the question to Dr. Lahmandi.
The problems?
Yes, go ahead, please.
So
you have 3 hours.
3 hours. It's not enough.
The problems are multiple, but I don't think I have enough time to speak about all our problems.
You can, if you speak in German, you can continue with the German language program with FTC and the Italian language program.
We have budget problems. We are not very rich, to summarize. We are even poor.
Poor institute.
Yes, we have problems with
the place of the school.
The place of the school, yes.
The classes.
The funding.
Classes are not sufficiently big, so they are even very, very small to have all the students in. We have problems with the administration. So we have.
Hi to the administration if they are listening.
Yes.
Say hi to the administration if they are listening.
Yes.
We don't have an auditorium.
We don't have an auditorium.
That's a big problem for us.
We don't have fields for sport.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And even for cultures.
Even for
events,
cultural activities.
Also.
So we try to do with what we have, but it's very difficult, and sometimes we can't do all what we want to do.
I'm sure that you have the skills, and that's the most important thing. We will have a short break with Eminem and Rihanna. Love the way you lie. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Stick around. We'll be back. نعطيكم 4 minutes. في بعد هذه ان شاء الله توفى باش ندخل الخبر ان شاء الله ديريكتومون من غير ما نانونسيها وبعد ما نكمل عبد اللي بعد عايش اختي وفي تخدم في الخدمه الكره انا ما نعرف حد شيء
دونك تحكي على الاكتيفيتي كولتوريل توا
نو بعد باش نمشيو كي نرجعوا نسالك على الكيسيون كنت نسال عليها قبيله هي نعدي الاخبار بعد الاخبار عندي موسيقى اخرى نحكي في الوقت هذاك ان شاء الله توا خذوا راحتكم اسمعوا التراك
It's like I'm huffing pain, and I love her the more I suffer. I suffocate right before I'm about to drown. She resuscitates me, she fucking hates me. And I'm looking where you go, leaving you. No, you ain't. Here we go again. So I say, cause when it's going great, it's over. When it's bad, she's always saying, when it's bad, it's over. I'm just saying it's bad.
مشاكل لو حاجة مشاكل بس أنا بعد الأخبار Welcome back. You're listening to the English language program on RTCI. My guests have come from the Higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis. I'm expecting your questions and feedback on my Facebook page, RTCI, the English language program. Dr. Dhafar Merloush. Governments are often blamed for trying to manipulate statistics in order to control the masses, to control people, to manufacture consent. I'm using the terms of Noam Chomsky. Have you faced such problems in Tunisia?
Really, we have not faced such problem in my engineering school, because you are not really, I mean, dealing with data. We are teacher of statistics and researcher in statistics. So maybe this problem can be faced at other organisms, but not in our school. But maybe we didn't have any problem of that kind. But maybe when we are doing research and we are making data analysis, maybe we can face some of these problems. But from January 14th, we don't really have this problem. And even before, from my point of view, I didn't have such problem.
So where is the role of the government?
The role of the government in our engineering school is just to ensure that we have yes, that's it. That's exactly
how.
Yes. No, it's not the case at all. But also, I can tell you that the numbers. I'm sure that each time are true, but are relatively true. The statistic that we give. So that depends on how we present the information. I don't know. I can maybe give you an example that I give this example in my classroom. There is a journalist in Florida in 1974 presents some percentage of the people who has a penalty death when people having done a murder, and they have found that
they have committed crime.
Yes, they have found that if they have white or black, that's about 12%. So you can say that there is no discrimination in that case. But this journalist has checked what is the color of the victim in each case, and when you see the color of the victim, your statistic has completely changed.
Really?
That means if yes, so it's a true data. So I start my course by this example to show that you should be careful of statistic when someone says so. It's true when I can give this statistic at the first beginning.
But things could change.
But things could change if just I add some information.
So Dr. Lahmandi, where is the role of the government? Is it providing data?
I think that the role of the government is to let the independent organisms work independently, to provide the proper legal framework with proper laws and ethics, and to provide the raw data to let the researchers and scientists work on them.
I think also some of the data should be open, and which data should
be
open. So this should be decided by the government, because the problem faced by our students also when they go to do their training, the organization are afraid to give them the data because they say maybe it's not a public data, but many of this data is public. I mean, is financed by public budget, so they should be open data, and they should be used by all the researchers, especially in our country. So in all the countries, I mean, in the democratic country, they have such open data, and the government should decide which data could be open for all the people and which data could not.
وجدي بن سعد النضال حدد, do you think the open data will facilitate your task, your research in the future?
Of course, because telling you earlier about our data analysis projects in the first year at SAE, we face a big problem, which is collecting data, because the thing is that we don't have actually organisms that allow you to get that data from their computers, or give you material to work with, the raw data. So we take different measures, like we go on our own and collect data from other people on the net, from our friends, from our family. So the thing is about open data is that we really should encourage this culture of open data. We really should have all the data available for all people, especially for the ones who are doing research, and of course for the public eye. So we actually can judge the reality not from what they give us and what they don't give us, but from what is available to us, and us as statistical engineers, we can provide reliable data because we actually have a specialized training. We know how to manipulate data, how to extract important information, and how we are to present it to the public eye as independent citizens.
You know how to present the information to the public, and I know that Am I Dreaming is one of the best songs by Kat Delona. I will invite you to, we will have a short break with music. I invite you to enjoy our next track. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's 2:43 on our radio station. We are trying to shed light on the role of the Higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis. Dr. Lahmandi, do you really believe in the statistics about economy, the media, and even politics published by independent organizations or companies?
How can I say no? But independence must not be understood as complete freedom. There must be ethics, scientific process, and proper laws to regulate all this.
No propaganda.
No propaganda.
What about you, Dr. Zafar?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's the truth for me. In statistics, it's never 100% true. It's always dependent on many other conditions. On
1 + 1
makes
3, 4.
Maybe
Depends on the
yes, depends on the law. I mean, on how to make addition or so. This is known in mathematics.
Okay. Nidal Haddad, do you believe in the statistics about economy, politics, and the media provided by independent or, let's say, private companies?
Actually, it depends on the way the data was collected, how it was analyzed, and of course the people who are working on it.
Thank you. What about you, Wajdi?
Okay, like my friend Nidal said, and I will add to our teachers on what they said, collecting data and processing it really gives a big difference in the way to extract the results. Because if we have a poll, for example, a political poll that was prepared and executed by specialists, it will give you great results with a percentage of error, because in every political or marketing or any other thing that related to statistics, we determine the error in advance. So we know our margin of error. So when we give you an information or a statistical report, we tell you that this is true, but we have like 5% of error percentage that we could have made some mistakes.
What about the error percentage for the upcoming U.S. elections?
So it was an exercise today.
So Barack Obama is your favorite president in the United States?
My favorite president.
Yeah, your school's favorite president.
No, today I have we have done an exercise about how to estimate the probability that Obama wins the next elections, and we have found that. So it's good for Obama, but it's less than what we already had done in 2007.
This is good.
So it's maybe harder for him.
Great news for the Republicans. For our dear friends. So now let's move to the Stat Revolution Club. Where is this club and why did you choose this name? Wajdi.
Okay, for Stat Revolution, first of all, in our school we have different clubs, and the administration actually encourages students to create and to do cultural and scientific activities. And the initiative for Stat Revolution came from a group of students that believe in the importance of our training as statistical engineers.
Do you still believe in your
Of course.
training?
Of course. So Stat Revolution is a club that aims to promote the statistical engineering culture in our school to help current students to really work on their practical training and to work on the skills that they have. And I will let my friend Nidal tell you about our opening event and the install party that we are having on the 10th of the month.
Go ahead, Nidal.
Right now we're preparing a big event concerning the famous Linux operating system Ubuntu. In the 10th of this month, we will talk about the world of open source and Linux, due to its importance, and those who are interested, we're organizing an install party for the latest version of Ubuntu 12.04, guided by members of our club.
So as a beginning for our club, as a Stat Revolution, here we have Professor Dhafar that is a big fan of the R software. So we are really encouraging the culture of open source, and as a start for our club, we are holding an install party for Ubuntu and for Mint.
I thought you said for Momentum. Speaking about
yes. And we are inviting a club from another school, which is Esprit Libre, and
they are very active.
Yes, they will be our guests for the install party, and they will lending a hand of assistance to our team, because it's a new club, so we don't have really a large team to make it a reality.
Doctors, you know that convincing the director of an institute and its teachers to help students was kind of mission impossible in the past. Dr. Lahmandi and Dr. Dhafar Malouche, why did you encourage this initiative of the Stat Revolution Club? Yes, go ahead.
So
Ladies
as a director, I try to encourage all the cultural activities, including this club, because I think that it is very important in the training of an engineer and a future leader to imagine and elaborate a project, a collective project I mean, to work within a group, to define steps and to conclude it. It is very important to anticipate, to inform the others, to organize, etc. So Wednesdays and the afternoon are dedicated to cultural activities, and several clubs are active. They was active in the past year, but it was not very organized. So I hope that this year clubs will be active in a more organized manner and a more coordinated manner within the clubs.
I guess it will be a big competition for all the clubs, saying that we are now a new club, so we will set the standards high a little bit for the others, and I hope they will follow, because our goal is to make SIE a better place for statistical engineers, because in the latest 2 years we have better results and better students coming from preparatory classes integrating SIE, and we hope in the future that it will get bigger and bigger, and it will help Tunisia as an institute that gives statistical engineers a good training.
Your students are very confident.
Yes,
yes.
We try to make them confident. So we have succeeded at least with 2 of them.
At least with 2 of them. I would like to talk about the problems you're facing, funding problems at the school.
Maybe the more, I think, urgent problem, I think I was thinking about, you know, we like open source and softwares for statistics, but also we need commercial softwares, because in industry they also, especially in Tunisia, also mainly use many commercial softwares. I thinking about one software in statistics, but I will not say.
No, you can mention. No
really?
Yeah.
Okay, SAS. So SAS software is very useful also for our engineering, and we don't have a license for this. So if we can,
expensive.
it's very expensive, and if we can some help from, I don't know,
People are probably listening and they could probably provide you with the commercial software.
Exactly.
It's SaaS?
SaaS. It's called
SaaS.
SAS.
If you're listening and you have the version of the SaaS software, please provide it to this school. I would like to move to your messages to our listeners.
Maybe
my
first message is for the public not to really because not to believe all what people say about statistics and statistical engineers. We are highly trained and we provide a big service for the society as statistical engineers.
And you speak in English?
Of course. Of course. So our message is for future students in SIE to really discover this school and to really try to overcome all the obstacles. I have a message too for the government and for the higher education ministry is to really look at our school and try to support it with the financial fundings, because the fact is we are the only engineering school in Tunisia that doesn't have its own building. We are renting a building in an industrial area in Sharqiya, and it's really, we have big problems with the sound, with the transportation, with the safety for our students. So I'd really love to send them a strong message and to try to make them consider our situation and to help our school get a better building in a more appropriate place in another campus, because we have the money to do it, because other schools are extending and building other buildings. So I hope that they are listening now and considering our message. And my message is for the teachers is to go easy on us and to be cool with us. But I'd like to thank them for their efforts too.
نضال حدد. No message.
No message.
Okay. Dr. Dhafar Malouch, what is your advice to the first year students at the Higher School of Statistics and Information Analysis?
Yeah, so I think my advice is to be curious and to be curious, to see what we can do exactly with statistics. They don't have a prior information about statistics because people, they have sometimes a very simple idea on statistics. So I think since statistics for the country and for our society is very important, so I think they are in a good field, and they have to go through this discipline and learn more about statistics.
Doctor, yes, go ahead.
Yes, it's okay.
Dr. Lahmandi, where is your advice, your message and your advice? Yes,
my message is that statistics and statisticians are important for the present and future of the country, a democratic country, I mean. So my message is for the authorities in general to be interested in our school and help us to make of it an engineering school.
Yes, exactly.
Just an engineering school. My message to the students. Yes. Be organized. Work. Be efficient. And be balanced between all the activities.
And that's one important advice. Join the Facebook page RTCD. and don't forget to click like. I would like to thank Dr. Reem Lahmandi, Dr. Dhafar Malouch, Nidal Haddad, and Wajdi bin Saad. I will call you doctor in a few years.
I have one last message for all the students from SIE is to join us next Wednesday at 14 hour in our school. 2 p.m. To participate in our opening and our install party. We will distribute free DVDs of Ubuntu, so feel free to join us. There will be some dessert and juice also, and we will have participation of good musicians from our school.
Thank you very much, Adnen, for inviting us.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for accepting the invitation. The video and the podcast of this edition of the English language program will be available on my Facebook page, RTC, the English language program, and on YouTube. I would like to thank you for coming and to thank the maestro Wafe for her valuable technical assistance next news update in French, and the German language program with our friend and colleague Wafe, and she has a guest, so stay tuned to the best radio in Tunisia, stay tuned to RTCI. I'll be here on Sunday, so until we meet again, I'm your host Adnen Chaouachi. Bye.
المستقبل لليوم